What is dopamine? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. It's made in your brain and acts as a chemical messenger, communicating messages between nerve cells in your brain and the rest of your body. Dopamine acts on areas of the brain to give you feelings of pleasure, satisfaction, and motivation. In 2022, there was a game called Vampire Survivors. It was quickly compared to dopamine. It was unknown at first, but thanks to influencers, it blew up, won a bunch of awards, and spawned a bunch of similar games. No one is entirely sure what to call this new genre, but to me, its best description would be auto shooter. But then, that isn't even entirely accurate due to the RPG elements and on-the-go build crafting that these games are known for. It's very similar to the twin-stick style of games, but with only one stick. Scarlet Tower is a new entry in this genre, a roguelike indie action RPG published and developed by Pyxeralia. I would like to thank Pyxeralia and Keymailer for providing me a review copy on Steam. Thank you for the nice dopamine hit in my inbox. Scarlet Tower has the kind of gameplay and design you'd expect from this genre, but has a few surprises that make it stand out. The first thing you notice is a cool intro screen with some pretty good music. That provides some retro nostalgia and a gothic horror theme. There were also a lot more options than I was expecting for a game like this. The progression of the game is as follows. Pick a character with an ultimate skill, some passive abilities, and glyphs to enhance those abilities. Move your character around a simple expanding map. The game auto-attacks for you. Try to avoid a massive amount of constantly spawning enemies that swarm around you. Grab crystals, gold, and other resources from defeated enemies. Level up or find a treasure chest, and you may pick from 3 perks that will give you a new attack, defensive ability, or let you upgrade one you currently have. Make good choices to customize your build as you go. There are many synergies. As you get stronger, the enemies get stronger and more numerous. More enemies and more chaos occurs until you die or a certain amount of time elapses. Eventually, an invincible Grim Reaper shows up and takes you out, and your run will end. In Scarlet Tower, they actually allow you to defeat the Grim Reaper instead of just dying to him like a chump. A nice change. Back at the main menu, you can spend your currencies to get more upgrades. You can unlock offensive and defensive talents that provide new advantages. Power-ups including racial traits that buff certain types of characters, like elves, etc., and stats that buff all characters. There are familiars, runes to enchant. It's a lot of different things. It's very robust. New characters are unlocked by finding them on the map during your run or meeting other conditions. After upgrading and making some selections or changing your character, you can go back to the main maps to fight more monsters. The more difficulties you clear, the more stages and difficulties you unlock. Now, how does this differ from a game like Vampire Survivors? First, the title screen is proper and has music. There are more upgrades per character, and the ultimates are great and satisfying to watch, wiping out all creatures around you in a flashy manner. There are limited time quests to complete, and you can find vendors who have buffs that you can buy if you've killed enough enemies. Plus hidden characters, totems that drop gold and resources. There's a lot more to do than just kill monsters. You can actually aim your attacks with the right stick, which makes this a true twin-stick shooter. And the sprites are bigger and the particle effects flashier, really adding to that mesmerizing quality. And of course, since you can actually beat the levels, a sense of achievement instead of just a Grim Reaper death screen. This is a solid entry in the auto-shooter RPG roguelike genre, but I, as usual, have a few minor complaints or suggestions. 1. More music selection. The music just gets old. It's nice, but nothing we haven't heard before. After a few runs, you will want to put on a soundtrack in the background. Number 2, clarity. When you get a shield, you can't see your HP until after the glowing effect, and your HP can sometimes take a really fast dip. Add to this the slight pause or slowdown that occurs when you're using an ultimate and you can take damage during the delay. If you play enough, you will know what the different abilities do, but it's sometimes hard to tell what your abilities are doing and when they are activating due to the large amount of high contrast in the maps and the bright particle effects. Number 3, upgrades. You can upgrade yourself so much that your chosen abilities disappear because you picked a different one, and it's hard to see if they fuse into an upgrade or replace it. Number 4, red circles. You just had to put high damaging timed red circles dropped by flying bugs. You are not an MMO RPG. Get rid of the circles. Nice try, but no. You can pretty much max out all of the general power-ups in about 3 hours or so. Overall, I like what is here. It's a great game for only $5. That's cheaper than a boba milk tea these days. If you need a fun game to pass some time, this will do nicely, and for the price, it's worth it. Pyxeralia innovated just enough to make a fresh game, but not so much that it feels like too much feature creep. I give Scarlet Tower 4 character models doing their best chin down, eyes up pose out of 5. This is Dan T from Twisted Banana Productions signing off. If you like this review, I want to make more of them. Please like and subscribe to keep the dopamine flowing.